is as beautiful as you. Anything that happens, we will wait. This is what you need to know. I will never let you go. I will give you my best. I will hold you your best. This is what you need to know. Oh, there's nothing as amazing as you. Anything that happens, I will always love you.
Sorry. Oh, dear. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my great pleasure to have been asked to officiate in the marriage of Glenys and Andrew. I've known them since the first sparks of their relationship, and it has been a fun one. Glenys and Andrew, you care deeply for one another, and you see this wedding as the opportunity to declare before us. Sometimes as we travel through this life, another person chooses to walk on our path. The load is shared, and one can light the way for the other. I'm duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to the law. Before you are joined in marriage in my presence, and in the presence of these witnesses in the service, and to please place them in silent mode. You are welcome to take pictures after we have concluded, and we thank you for that. Now I'm going to first welcome. We honour you truly. You may have made us. Now at this moment I'd like to invite Audrey to come forward.
Love is to join and separate, to walk alone and together, to find a laughing freedom that lonely isolation does not permit. It is finally to be able to be who we really are, no longer clinging in childish dependency, nor docilely living separate lives in silence. It is to be perfectly oneself, and perfectly joined in permanent commitment to another and to one's inner self. Love only endures when it moves like waves, receding and returning gently or passionately, or moving lovingly like the tide in the moon's own predictable harmony, because finally, despite a child's scars or an adult's deepest wounds, they are openly free to be who they really are and always secretly were, in the very core of their being, where true and lasting love can alone abide.
Thank you very much, Audrey.
Thanks, Audrey.
Now we'll continue with our ceremony. Glenys Ruth Evans, do you take Andrew Robert Manzini to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
Now, if you'd like to hold hands, it comes to the...
Sure.
Oh, well, one hand, Andrew, if you've got your in your pocket. And we'll start, Andrew.
Glenys, you are my best friend and the love of my life. You have a big heart and are the kindest and most supportive person I've ever met. Your sense of humour and creativity mean that every day that I spend with you is full of laughter. Over the last 18 months, we've faced challenges with myself living in Brisbane and you living in Perth. Although we've been living apart, my love for you only grows stronger. I promise to be the best husband that I can be and to stand by you through the ups and downs. Lastly, I promise to love you, Buttons, and any fairy animals that you bring home.
That's good.
That's gorgeous. Now,
Okay. I'm so happy to be marrying my best friend. Your determination and dedication to what you do in life inspires me. We may currently be living apart, but every time I see you, I fall more in love with you, and I know it makes me appreciate you more. I knew when I met you that you were the one for me. I am very proud and feel lucky to be making you my husband. You make me laugh consistently with your humour, and I enjoy your house pants. I know we are going to build a life together that we love. I will always be your #1 fan. I love you, and you're my favourite, after Buttons.
Now I'd like to invite the best man to bring forward the rings. Andrew and Glenys have exchanged vows, declaring their commitment as husband and wife. I now ask you to exchange the wedding rings that you are a symbol of. Fingers make us the happiest people alive. The rings on our fingers will stay with us and hold the energy of our wedding day. The rings on our fingers honour us to make us proud to be each other's spouse. Andrew, please place the ring on Glenys's finger and say, Glenys, with this ring are you wed?
Glenys, with this ring are you wed?
Take it and wear it as a sign of my love and fidelity.
Take it and wear it as a sign of my love and fidelity.
Andrew, with this ring I wed you.
Andrew, with this ring I wed you.
Take it and wear it as a sign of my love and fidelity.
Take it and wear it as a sign of what?
My love.
My love and fidelity.
Perfect. Now, as we continue, Rebecca has asked that she be able to read a poem. Would you like to come forward, Rebecca?
Wherever I am, there's always Pooh. There's always Pooh and me. Whatever I do, he wants to do. Where are you going today? Says Pooh. That's very odd, because I was too. Let's go together, says Pooh, says he. Let's go together, says Pooh. What's twice 11? I said to Pooh. Twice what? Said Pooh to me. I think it ought to be 22. Just what I think myself, said Pooh. It wasn't an easy sum to do, but that's what it is, said Pooh, said he. That's what it is, said Pooh. Let's look for dragons, I said to Pooh. Let's, said Pooh to me. I'm not afraid, I said to Pooh, and I held his paw and I shouted, shoo! Silly old dragons, and off they flew. I wasn't afraid, said Pooh, said he. I'm never afraid with you.
Glenys are now going to walk down to the lake.
Worries. You can do that.
For as our ripples will cross and recross one another, so our love and goodwill that holds a special memory for our couple's hearts. They will revisit and have memories of this special day in the years to come. You married with true love. The path here was sometimes rocky. The path ahead, no doubt, too. Andrew and Glenys be husband and wife. Andrew, if you wish, you may take a bride. And thank you, everybody, because the next thing I was going to ask is let's like that. But we are going to take a short break.
It's always better when we're together.
I don't know if I want to do this. I think it's a bit lazy.
And all of these moments just might find their way into my dreams. But tomorrow night you see that they'll be gone too. Too many things I feel. It's always better when we're together. I believe in memories, they look so.
Why are you shaking? It's cold. It's cold and it's raining, isn't it?
We had bets on
What?
how late you were.
How late? I was trying to be on time.
Yeah.
I was getting.
I was just about to get off. Simon said maybe
I saw you standing there, sandy blonde hair, the way it came tumbling down, just like a waterfall. Sound of a storm outside. We stood at your front door. You looked at me and said, baby, this rain changes everything. And my heart ran away from me.
Many friends to love you, joy and work and play, laughter to outweigh care.
Give us your hand, Mum.
It's too much. And you want us to stop here? Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Jump on in.
Congratulations. You too, lad. Good to see you, man.
Hey, guys.
I think we go the wrong way.
Thank you, lady.
You're going the
Yeah.
We're going the wrong
She's the baby now.
Congratulations, you look so beautiful. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that too. Well done, you. You look gorgeous too. I'll try my better. You saw.
Hey, how are you?
It's really good. Congratulations, you look beautiful. Congratulations. Yeah, you look like she's out of well done, Andrew. Thanks, Michael. Well done, what's you? That carrot. Whoopsie, sorry. That was great. Yeah. So you're
Same song. You know each other through security, right?
Oh, hey, how are you, buddy? Thank you very much.
Get a photo, please. Yeah. Come on.
Nana could sit on her thing. Why doesn't Nana sit on the thing?
Oh, I think she wants to sit. But we don't stand Where's Jessica?
Jessica and Glenn.
And then everyone looking at each other, talking to each other. Alright, and then
Politely request your attention at the front. Thank you very much. We are about to to welcome our bride and groom, the new Mr. and Mrs. Mancini. Tonight, and I'd like you to repeat after me, please. I solemnly swear to celebrate. Andrew and Glennis's marriage. With laughter and joy and dancing. And maybe a wine or two. We are so lucky to have the funniest and best MC ever. Excellent. Thank you. Okay, so obviously my comedy is amazing. Thank you to those who promised. If anyone gets this wrong, I'm not sure you're at the right event. The answer is obviously heads for Andrew. Question 2. Put your hands on your head. Tails for false. Andrew and Glennis share the same birthday. Heads for true or tails for false? And the answer is... See who's the boss?
Just want to thank all you people for joining us to celebrate the wedding of these two. My speech's not going to be too long, just a quick one. I got home from work one day and Lee said, grab yourself some beers, have a shower, go to Glennis, you're going to introduce us to the boyfriend. Just as well I took my own bloody beers. You know, we got there, had a pleasant evening, nice Italian meal, I don't know what it was, but spaghetti, she said. And it was very safe, pleasant evening. On the way home, Lee said, what do you think of Andrew? I said, well, I can't say, I can't see about it. So anyway, time went on, we got to know him. I got used to his crap and I got vice versa. The second part of the story is, as you just heard, they both celebrate the same birthday. So off the game, off to dinner, but Lee said on the way, we're going to meet the Mancini family. And I don't want any trouble or nonsense from you. So I said, well, what's the nonsense? She said, well, I must let you know they are Docker supporters. She said, I don't want any arguing, discussions which will turn into arguments. So you keep your Eagles and they'll keep the Dockers. Again, we had a pleasant evening. That's about it. 9 years later, I think it is. Or 7.
No, 7.
7 years later. Here we are. Celebrating. So, yeah, that's it. Much more to say. I don't have to toast anyone that will go later. Well, one quick one. For those people that are not from the parts of Africa that we came from, there's a thing called Babawa, which means Andrew takes my daughter, but he has to give me something in return. So what has happened is this the one of the Mancini. He's taken my daughter. So my child is gone. My child is gone. But the Mancini is not coming with nothing for me. He must give a cow or a donkey or something. Mancini got bugger off. But then I'm thinking, one day I've got it clever. And then this one is also very clever. You see, I know what is happening. When the Mancini is finished in the Brisbane with the learning of doctor, when he is finished with the medicine in the exam, they said, this one doctor, here's a paper, you could look at it and go back to the prep. So when Mancini came to my house, he said, how about that? I said, hello Mancini. He said, I have got paper for doctor. I said, oh, I said, I am the doctor Mancini. So I said, never mind that. Now what has happened is to be the same square. And for you to give me now can be every time my body is in bad head, you can fix for your child. The same with this one. If the body is bad, you fix for nothing. And that is that.
Fantastic.
People who know I'm aware that I'm not a very good public speaker. So bear with me as I read the speech. I have Andrew's bum by my side to help me if I stumble, which I'm sure she will because he's a good school teacher. We would like to thank the family who have travelled from England and Eastern States to be here tonight. Thank you all. And those from down south to help celebrate Andrew and Gladys's wedding. It's very much appreciated. Also like to thank everyone else for being here as well. Val and I are proud parents of Andrew and his sister Rebecca. Andrew is a loving son and a caring grandson. He's intelligent and cares strongly about the world we live in. He has a strong views on social matters and takes things very seriously. We know he will make a difference in his world as he moves forward together with his life partner Glenys. Both of us want to welcome Glenys and Buttons into the family. At least the Buttons is the one with the nice ears, by the way. We want to say how lovely she looks today, and you really did, Glenys. You're absolutely marvellous. Andrew is a very lucky man to have someone who is supportive in all aspects of his life, but especially during the time while he's studying to be a doctor. Andrew is the quiet one, and Glenys, with her outgoing personality, as we all saw today, brings out the best in him. And I'm sure Andrew has also made her life a lot richer as well. The last year or so has not been easy for both of them, and will continue to be very hard for a few years yet. But knowing they are both resilient pair, they will sail through this and be a stronger couple for it. Thank you to Lee and Glenn for raising such a wonderful and caring daughter. And we know that Glenys is not just a beautiful, but she has a great sense of humour. She may need that sense of humour at times during a marriage. We love that she is very family-minded and wants to be part of the family. She's united both our families well, and we love to share time with her, as well as Mum and Dad, Lee and Lee. Just a few words of wisdom from someone who's been married for 37 years. Always be kind to one another. Consider each other's feelings and keep communicating through your marriage. If all else fails, Andrew, buy her a bar of chocolate and you dash down the bunnies. I would like to toast, please, people would like to toast the mother and the father of the bride, please. Oh, and absent friends. And family. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. And
actually left my lovely speech in Glenys's parents' room, so I'll keep this short. I just want to say congratulations, Glenys and Andrew. I hope you live a long, happy married life. I just want to say congratulations to Lee and Glenn. I'm sure your little girl will make you very proud. And congratulations, Val and Robert. I'm sure you will welcome Glenys with open arms. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm sure you probably know who I am. I'm Sally. I've known Glenys since we were tiny, about 3 years old. I know Glenys wanted me to say something funny about when we were growing up, but I don't think that anyone else would find it funny. So all those inside jokes would not be that great. So what I wanted to say is basically there's a running joke between our friendship group that Andy isn't real. So if you've ever heard anyone call him Real Andy, that's why. Essentially, before he went over to Brisbane to become a doctor or to study, he was here studying. So we never saw him, and Glenys would come to things on her own. And we'd be like, "Where's Andy?" And she would say, "Well, I swear he's real." So from then on, it was Real Andy and his housepants. If you never knew about that, it's because he likes to have some shorts at home that he calls his housepants, and we'll go over that later. But basically, I just wanted to say that Glenys, you've been a fantastic friend for pretty much my entire life. And Andy, I have never seen anyone make her so calm. She has, definitely got to know herself a lot better since you've been away in Queensland. She's become more resilient, and I think, it's done amazing things, the two of you together. So I think that's amazing. Also, when your dowry was here, Glenys got stuck behind it on the way earlier. Anyway, so if everyone would like to raise their glass and toast to Glenys and Andy, or Real Andy.
Like Sally, I'm probably someone who everyone's fairly familiar with. Laura, Dora the Explorer, the list goes on of nicknames that I have. For me, Glenys is pretty much the little sister that I never really wanted. I've always wanted to be an only child, and yet somehow here I am with a little sister. Like Sally, Glenys wanted us to have a funny stories, but most of our stories are pretty inappropriate. So if anyone wants to know anything about Glenys, come see me later. I'll let you know. But Glenys and Andrew, they've been a massive part of my life. They've seen me through some pretty tough times and some amazing times as well. And here I am.
You got this here.
And it is amazing to see them come this far. Early in their relationship, they like to deny the fact that they were even a couple. I caught them red-handed walking down Murray Street Mall, hand in hand. They took one look at me, dropped hands, and went the other way, and I was like, hey, what do you guys think you're doing? Here we are 7 years later, and they've had a beautiful wedding today, and that is in part to many, many people who have helped set up tables, fix dresses, the list goes on and on. So thank you to each and every one of you who are part of the Glenys and Andrew community. I wish you all the best, and may we all have many, many great celebrations together. Thanks, everyone.
Hey everyone, so for those of you that don't know me, I'm Elise. I've known Glenys my entire life. So anyone that knows Glenys knows that she has a really dramatic personality. And sometimes it even feels like she's the star and the rest of us are the supporting actors. In fact, when we were kids, we used to call ourselves Glitz and Glamour. And one of our favourite activities was to pretend that we were in a music video clip. Except she was apparently the better singer, so she'd be in the front as the lead singer and I'd be at the back pretending to be the background singer. But now the Glenys show has another main star. And while I don't know Andrew all that well, I can see how he compliments Glenys and brings out the best in her. I'm honoured to be a part of this special day today, and I wish them both the best as they embark on their new chapter of their lives together on the Glenys and Andrew show.
Right, this will be super short. Okay, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm Simon. Andrew kindly gave me the honour of being his best man. Thank you for the effort that everyone has put in to make this a very special day. Everyone looks fantastic. Andrew is a funny, kind, intelligent person. He'll be a wonderful husband for us. I wish you guys many years of happiness together. Thank you.
Let's have another round of applause.
On behalf of Glenys and myself, I'd like to thank all of you for being a part of this special day. It means a lot to us to have you here today. We appreciate that some of you have travelled from far away to be here today, and some of you have had to take time off work. This place has a special meaning to Glenys and myself. Glenys has been coming here since she was 8 years old with her parents. And on our first visit here together, she told me that she was going to get married here one day and that wasn't up for debate. And she stayed true to her word on that. But for myself, it was the first time that I spent a full weekend with her mum and dad, Glenn and Lee, and got to know them.
And you survived.
And I survived with it. Today is the culmination of a lot of work by a lot of people. And I'd personally like to acknowledge all the hard work that Glenys has put into making this day possible. I'm sure that all of you know by now that Glenys and I have been living apart for the last 18 months. And while it's been very challenging, we've received an incredible amount of support from our family and friends during this time. And I'd like to thank Glenn and Lee, my mum and my dad, my nana, my sister Rebecca, Auntie Jen and Uncle Mike, and Anthea for their support throughout this time. And to Glenn and Lee, I'd like to thank you for welcoming me into your family. To my mum and my dad, I'd like to thank you for your love and support over the years, and for loving Glenys as much as I do. I'd also like to thank my wife Glenys. I'm truly privileged to have you in my life and for you agreeing to marry me. I love you more than words could express. And I look forward to spending the rest of our lives together. At this point, Glenys would like to say some thank yous. So
I was going to wing it, but they would just go on for too long. I've got a few people to thank. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. But thanks to all my bridesmaids, so Laura, Sally, Elise and Sarah Jane, and then Simon as well. Not just for today. You've obviously got a special place in my heart, that's why you're in my bridal party. But just thanks in general for helping me and always being there for me, and being great friends. I'm really lucky. There's not a lot of people out there that can say that they've had so many close friends, so thank you. Thanks to Auntie Jen and her hidden talent for floristry. So all of the table settings on the tables, Auntie Jen put them together with the help of Uncle Michael
Marie, Audrey, Mum, Elsa and Kaylee. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your holiday to get that done. Oh, Michael. Michael was sitting at the table doing floristry. It's actually on here, but then I stopped it. Poor Michael got roped into doing some floristry, so thanks, Michael. Welcome to the family. Thank you to Uncle Mike, Audrey, Marie, Michael, Shannon and Debbie and Elsa and Kaylee again for decorating the room. And for Kaylee, she went around and picked up all the signs that are here today. So as you can see, a lot of effort has gone into this from a lot of people. And it's just means so much. I'm like, no, we won't do that. It doesn't matter. I don't have to have this. I don't have to do that. But they went out of their way to make sure that it was perfect. So I really appreciate that. Thanks to Val and Robert and Nana and Beck for accepting me into their family with open arms. As soon as I met you, I felt like I was part of your family, so thank you for that. There's not much more. Hang on, I can't open the page. Thanks to Pauline for coming to do our ceremony. It means a lot to us that you could be the one that married us. I always said ever since I've known you that I wanted you to be the one that did my wedding, so thank you. Thanks to our amazing MC Anthea, also known as Rumi, who always goes above and beyond to make sure I'm okay and is always very positive about Andrew and I and our circumstances, so thanks, Rooms. Thanks to my mum and dad for everything they do. I don't know what I would do without you. I know I can be a brat sometimes. I can easily say I have the best parents in the whole entire world. Really, there's not many more people to thank except for each and every one of you. The fact that you've taken time off work to come here and celebrate with us, every single one of you has a special spot in our hearts and we're just grateful that you could come.
So if everyone could please stand for a toast. Everyone can please raise their glasses to my beautiful wife, thanks.
And I want to make sure that everyone has a fantastic night and there'll be lots of dancing later. So I don't want anyone sitting down.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Mancini.
No, I'm not going to tell you the sandwich story of Glenys. All night we've been playing Secret Service.
Just making them a quilt. Honey, I don't know what to do with it.
Put it in your mouth and speak. Talk into it.
Hello?
Hello.
You know me, I'm a mad keen quilter and I do crazy things. And for your wedding, I've gone around and I've played Secret Squirrel and everybody has signed this, hopefully. If you haven't, please see me afterwards. And this is, I'm going to make a quilt for you. And it's got lovely little sayings. Some of them are novels, some of them are one word. And this is for you and Andrew.
Oh, thanks.
And yeah, if you get it for 5 minutes, then I'll take it back so I can finish it, okay?
Thanks, Ali.
Andrew, would you like to do the honours?
I don't know how to do it.
Okay, maybe you could both hold one hand each. Do the...
Should we just cut the bottom?
Yes.
And what do we do? Okay, good.
Don't touch the bottom, make a wish, or you have to kiss the closest guy.
So you got to scream. No, it's Nathan.